Hey folks, you may have noticed that our review this week is a little late.
Allow us to explain. You see, this is a special time of the year. A time for togetherness.
A time for passion.
A time for being with someone you love.
So we decided to do this review with somebody we love. Not only that, we are releasing it on the most romantic day of the year.
And so without further ado,
TBBBAP and Digibrony to America!
So Keg, what did you think about Filli Vanilli?
B to the U to the double L shit. This episode was fucking shitty, man.
Come on.
Shitty.
No, it wasn't that bad.
Okay, you know what? Really, this episode was like, it just pulled me in two different directions. Because there were so many little things that I loved that were like super radical that I would love to see in a good episode. Unfortunately, this was not the vehicle for that.
I don't know. I had very few problems with the episode. Overall, I thought it was pretty good.
I want to love it. I want to love it. I want to love the episode where Big Mac is the bass of the fucking pony tone.
That's definitely...
That was, like, what? Okay, right there.
That's definitely a highlight.
Big Mac being a fucking bass in a choir, in an a cappella group, is brilliant. Love it. 10 out of 10.
Like, it's silly, but it's not unexpected. Like,
I know, right?
I don't find it unbelievable at all.
Me neither. Me neither. It seems like something that, like, in a world like this, like, Big Mac would do. Because I know he's probably got... It's like an outlet for him. I don't know. It's awesome.
Speaking of bass, I fucking love... I'm, like, amazed at how good the idea of bringing back Fluttershy, the poison joke.
I know.
I was like, wow.
That was pretty brilliant.
Like there's referencing continuity, and then there's really like
application of
doing
the concept.
Something with it. They
nailed it, man. They nailed it.
So that's excellent. Almost didn't matter what else the episode did. I was really impressed.
Let me stop you right there, buddy.
That's not true, but I love it.
You know who else fucking loved Big Mac singing? Cheerily.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Oh my god. That was so radical.
I believe you're referring, Keg, to when she fainted in the audience.
Naturally. Though, I mean, I know it was Fluttershy singing at the time, but it's not important.
But she thought it was Big Mac.
Yeah, she thought it was Big Mac.
I missed it on my first pass. On the second view, I was like, I love it. That's
the kind of thing, man. This episode was genius with stuff like that.
Not the first time we've seen them like kind of reference the whole Hearts and Hooves Day thing before.
Yeah, which I always
like to see.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. And then there's one of the worst fucking things, not only in this episode, but in the whole goddamn series.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
It was fucking Pinkie Pie.
And I don't agree.
What? How can you... Dude, Pinkie Pie made Fluttershy cry not once.
Okay, yes.
Not twice.
I was extreme.
But a fucking million times, as far as I know.
Pinkie really was, like, the meanest she's ever been.
By far.
Okay.
It was awful. What happened to Griffin the Brush-Off?
Yeah.
Pinkie Pie is super sensitive to Fluttershy's feelings. It's like, oh, we can't pull pranks on her. She's very sensitive.
That's true.
And then in this fucking episode, she's just fucking digging into her.
Pinkie really fucks up. But you know, that's what it is. It's just a fuck up. Because then when she's like, didn't I say you were great? And they're like, no. She's like, oh, whoops.
Yeah,
she just
casting her as a fucking Asperger's riddled autist.
She's not perfect. She makes a mistake. And by the way, the way she acts toward Fluttershy, like saying these things, like having fun, like going to these extremes, but like hurting Fluttershy's feelings in the process, that is the same exact thing she did in Luna Eclipsed. So we've seen this side of her before.
I just think this was way too far.
It was extreme. I was a little bit... Like, when she made Fluttershy cry, I was like, wow.
She did that twice! Twice! Unacceptable. And you know... Like, how? How could this episode have been written by Amy Keating Rogers, who wrote Pinkie Pride?
It's different.
One of the fucking best episodes of the series.
I think it's different when Pinkie is the main character. Like, here...
Yeah, because they have to actually think about how to characterize her believably. And in this episode, no one gave a fuck.
I don't need tons of, like, depth given to Pinkie in this capacity. She's a side character.
You know what I need?
She's a side character.
I need consistent writing.
No,
I need that.
She can act differently in different situations. She can fuck up sometimes and succeed at other times.
Worst episode of all time. I hate it. 0 to 10. Amy Keating Rogers, kill yourself.
I had no problem with it at all. I really liked the first time you hear the Ponytone song, how it's actually a cappella.
Dude, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, but then later on they add drums.
No a cappella. They add so much shit to that.
It was really disappointing.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. They're an a cappella group. They sing one time a cappella, and then like every other time you hear them, no, it's bullshit.
Also, They used that same song.
Oh, yes.
There was, okay,
they played that song like 8 times.
The song was pretty good, but I heard way too much of it.
I know, right?
Also, I like the song at the beginning a little better.
Me too.
Not that that's a mark against the later one. I mean, it was fine. Just, guys, should have just gone into, like, play it once and do, like, a montage.
They could sing different songs, you know. They could do that.
They could have.
I guess they only prepared the one.
Also, I gotta say, I know this was intentional, but the way that the lyrics were fucking spot on to describe Fluttershy's situation really took...
No, that was fine.
No.
That's something that happens in stories like this.
I knew they did it on purpose, but it was so obvious. Like, the lyrics might have well have been like, singing is good, hey Fluttershy, you should try singing, sing with us now. And she's just like, I wonder what kind of lesson I'm gonna learn.
You know, it's funny that you have a problem with that, because I just don't have any problem with that. I think it's fine.
I understand, but I don't like it.
Okay. Hey, speaking of the beginning of the episode, how fucking weird was it? Because I was totally into Fluttershy's song. I was digging it.
Yeah.
And then at the end, all of her friends are just fucking right there for no reason. Did you notice that? They're at her house all together for no reason.
Why were they there?
There is no reason why they were there.
I never even thought about it.
Because it's so retarded. No, that was bullshit.
That's you know...
On my second watch, I was like, wait a second.
Thanks for ruining the episode for me.
Yeah, right?
The highlight of the episode for me was when they're singing and you see Fluttershy in the back starting to really enjoy herself.
Dance.
No, just
that was my that was the best part of the episode for me. Oh yeah, Fluttershy.
Just seeing that, like, even though she doesn't admit it, she's genuinely enjoying herself. It was a great moment.
Yeah, that was kind of cute. I like that.
But later on, it got a little bit undercut by the ridiculous situations she was singing in, like in a barrel.
Oh yeah,
I know it's a joke.
How the fuck could anyone hear her?
Like no one would hear her, and they would never fool anyone. I had to take a step back and be like, this just wouldn't work.
Okay,
guys.
you know, that's funny, because I didn't really have a problem with that.
Okay, they live in a magical world. They could have had, like, a magic microphone to project her voice.
I know,
or something.
but no. Like, she's just in a barrel singing, and somehow everyone can hear her just fine.
She's just out the window, and no one's like, hey.
No one can tell that the voice is coming from fucking outside.
Yeah, it sucked. It was stupid.
0 out of 10. Fuck this episode.
But whatever.
Yeah, not a big deal.
I don't care.
But you know, speaking of that ass dance, you know who else enjoyed that ass dance?
Nope.
Big Mac.
Yes. He was Myron, wasn't he?
Myron them gams. Okay, now we have to talk about the absolute worst part of this episode, which was the fact that Fluttershy has sang in front of crowds before with no problems.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No.
It's completely true. All right, I know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
You're going to bring up the fact that all the musicals aren't canon.
Yeah.
It didn't actually happen.
They're non-diegetic.
Okay,
They happen outside of the continuity of the actual events of the story. They're like visual metaphors.
Oh, you know what? You're totally right. Except for all those times that they actually weren't. Like for example...
Like when?
Like in fucking Hearthswarming Eve. They are on stage at a performance, performing in front of a huge crowd.
Damn it. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking important.
Okay, so that one is bullshit. But honestly, I would call bullshit more on Hearthswarming Eve for that than for on this one. Like, it's way more reasonable for Fluttershy to have stage fright. Like, honestly, in retrospect, there's no way Fluttershy could perform at such a huge event.
Yeah, now that you've seen this fucking episode.
Now that I've seen this episode and that one comparatively, yeah, I believe this one more.
That one came out first.
False.
It's canon.
Doesn't matter.
Is some shit.
Nope.
Oh, and how about in Equestria Girls, when they all fucking did their lunchtime show, which actually happened?
If Hearthswarming Eve is bullshit, then Equestria Girls is doubly bullshit. I am shocked and appalled that you would bring that up as an actual argument. You, of all people.
All right, I know it was a different Fluttershy, but
also
it's basically the same person.
Also, it was Equestria Girls, so who cares?
It doesn't matter. It happened. It fucking happened. Are you saying Flash Sanger doesn't exist? He was in the show. He's a real person.
I'm saying that... I don't know what I'm saying. Fuck you. It's just bullshit!
You're just mad.
This episode had a couple of pretty interesting side characters, mostly the dad and the daughter, Beardo and Flimflam.
Those looked like shitty OCs to me. I don't know what was up with those.
No, I thought they were really unique. And
I like the little daughter, but like the beard guy, it was like, what's up with that guy?
He was different. I liked it. But,
he was okay.
You know, he had so much personality for like such an inconsequential character.
You're right, that's true.
I don't know whether to be impressed that they put that much into him or like disappointed that he didn't have a bigger role.
He got such a focus in the crowd that once.
Yeah, like you see like 2 different shots that focus on him before and then a third one where he actually comes and says something.
Pretty strange.
And they've got this accent and they're really for what they do, there's just a lot to say about them. Also, the other ponytones.
Including the genesis of the fat pony. Did you see the fat pony?
Is she fat?
She's pretty fat.
She has a...
Look at her body type compared to the others.
She has
fat.
She has a Mrs.
Fat.
Fucking... She has a Mrs. Cake face.
Does she?
She kind of has a Mrs. Cake face.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I like the blue guy. He was cool.
She's definitely the deepest character in the show. Morning, Fluttershy. Thanks, Fluttershy.
Oh, yeah. Good lines.
Really glad they're giving some background ponies some important roles. Yeah.
Hey, how about when they're all like, hey, let's go see Zecora, guys. Let's go. And then, like, all the important characters go. The two ponytones stay. And they're like, they just, like, watch them go. Yeah, no, have fun, healing Big Mac. That doesn't affect us.
Note Star and Bead Hair just like, bye.
Man, that was fucking bullshit. We can't afford any more lines for these characters. So you guys go take care of that. And hey, did you notice at the fucking pet, like celebration, jamboree, whatever at the end, there were deer penned in with the other animals. Lauren Faust said specifically, all hooved mammals are sentient creatures, and here we are seeing fucking some deer locked in a cage with the barbaric fucking monkeys and whatever else there was in there.
That's kind of depressing.
It is depressing. It means they just fucking forgot, or more likely they have enslaved all the deer. The deer are subservient to the godlike ponies.
That's clearly an oversight and sort of a slap in the face to the memory of Lauren Faust, and it makes me sad, so I don't want to think about it.
Me neither. And so then we get to the end of the episode, and all of a fucking sudden, like, Fluttershy decides to perform with them for her friends, which she's already done before, and then, and she won't do it in front of a crowd. So what the fuck happened? What did we learn here?
So she's a ponytone now, but she's not actually gonna do it?
It's fucking... Nothing happened in this episode.
On the one hand, yes, it's realistic that she doesn't get over her issues all in one go, and I appreciate that. But on the other hand, what
the fuck did we do? Why did we watch this?
What did we accomplish?
Absolutely fucking nothing.
I know she's baby steps.
Like, yeah, it was realistic, but fucking, this is a show. We gotta get places here.
I want to see interesting things happen in a realistic way. Yeah. I don't want to see realistic stories in which a realistic amount of stuff happens, i.e. nothing.
Exactly. So in conclusion, this episode had so much that I loved, but then so much shit that I fucking hated. So I gotta give it one big fat ponytone out of 4.
Well, I agree about the ups and downs. The downs didn't bother me as much, so I'd say the episode was pretty good. What do you think, Digi?
It stinks.
Denzel Washington, the best actor ever. He's so darn cool, he's so darn clever. I think that you're the man, and Mike does too. Denzel, if you want, you can join our crew. I remember when I first seen the movie John Q. His son needed a heart, he knew what he had to do. He went up in the hospital and said, here's the deal. My name's Denzel, and I always keep it real.